Hello students, consider the question on your screen. Which of the following metal ion pairs have similar ionic radii? So the various elements involved: titanium, zirconium, vanadium, niobium, chromium, manganese, zirconium and hafnium. Let us see the placement of it on the periodic table. So look on the screen: titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, first row. So it belongs to first transition series. Zirconium and niobium, elements of second transition series. Hafnium is an element of third transition series, right? Now we know as we move down the group, what happens? Your effective nuclear charge increases, also number of shells goes on increasing, because of which the radii goes on increasing, right? The size increases. So we can say directly vanadium and niobium within a group, size will increase. Titanium and zirconium within a group, size will increase. Okay. Now one more option here according to the question given. If we talk about chromium, manganese, these are the elements which are a part of a period. So what happens within a period? As we move from left to right, effective nuclear charge increases with increase in atomic number, right? Because of which the pull of the outermost electrons goes on increasing on the inner side, and so the contraction of the size takes place, that is atomic and ionic radii decreases. So on that basis again we can say chromium and manganese cannot have a similar ionic radii. Now we are left with one option according to the question, and that was zirconium and hafnium. These elements are also the part of group, but however they have similar ionic radii. And what is the reason for this is the lanthanide contraction. So one of the important consequences of lanthanide contraction is the resemblance of second transition series elements with respect to the third transition series elements. Okay, and what is lanthanide contraction? Basically it is a small steady decrease in ionic or atomic sizes of the lanthanide elements with increase in atomic number. You are able to understand this? See what happens if I consider hafnium. Before hafnium there is a complete series of lanthanides, right? So between lanthanum and hafnium there are 14 elements interposed, in which the anti-penultimate 4f subshell of electrons is filled subsequently, right? And due to this 14 elements which are present, there is this lanthanide contraction taking place. Now why we are saying it? See, cerium, if I consider this 14 elements, that is from cerium to lutetium. Cerium has an ionic radii of 1.03 angstroms, whereas lutetium has an ionic radii of 0.86 angstroms. That means if I take a difference of them, the decrease in ionic radii is very small, that is only 0.17 angstroms. Okay. So you can just understand, for an increase of atomic number 14 elements are involved within, but the decrease is only 0.17 angstroms, and this very small decrease in comparison to elements of other groups and periods is basically considered as the lanthanide contraction, right? And what happens because of this lanthanide contraction is it almost cancels the normal size increase. So because of this lanthanide present over here, it cancels the almost what we were expecting, the increase in size that gets cancelled out, descending a group of transition elements, particularly with reference to second transition series and third transition series. Okay, so as you can observe here, zirconium and hafnium have similar ionic radii. Similarly, if I consider niobium, and below this niobium there is tantalum, again niobium and tantalum, they also have similar ionic radii, and this is the trend you are going to observe completely within both this transition series. Is it okay? So let's move to the question again. So you directly have your answer right now. What is the answer? Option number 4, that is zirconium and hafnium. Okay, so that's for this particular video. I'll upload you with the other video. Till then, work hard, stay safe.